Hey, this is Mike Nehra from Vintage King Audio with Robin Porter from AMS Neve. Robin, if you can talk to us a little about the 8816, it's been a hugely popular summing mixer for us, and I'm sure for yourselves. Give us the background on it, the tonality, the simplicity of the construction.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the 8816 is a sort of, if you like, our attempt at trying to, make a little mixer that has the real old sound of what people know as Neve, but it's sort of in a modern form factor, with having some really cool sort of facilities on it, really. So it's like old meets new.
Sure.
That's what this it's about.
So Robin, let's talk about some of the features and the construction using the Neve classic transformers and so on in the unit.
Yeah, the features are, it's 16:2 with level control and panning, and it also has a little cue mixer with it as well. Those are the sort of fundamental things. You've got a little headphone output that you can listen to as well. It's got a little bit of loudspeaker monitoring as well, and it's got some metering. It's got basically all the fundamental basic things that you need, for a little summing mixer. So it's more than just a summing mixer, because it's just not, you're not just mixing 16 channels into a stereo bus. It's got you can do a little bit of overdubbing because it's got a little cue mixer in it, and you've got a little bit of talk back to be able to talk to the artist. Yeah. You've got some good, fairly good loudspeaker monitoring that can monitor different sources, and also it's got some interesting features on it where it's got some parallel processing on the bus insert, allowing you to do blending, compressor blending,
parallel compression,
doing that sort of stuff, and also it has a width control as well, which seems to be one of the most popular controls on the box. I mean, people, if you read some of the reviews, just go mad at how it sounds and the sort of things you can get.
Why did you have that?
Because we wanted, in actual fact, to try and cover a market which went into mastering as well. So we put this feature in for that, but it's in actual fact turned out to be a great feature that people love, because you can have a very sort of narrow mix if you want, and then you can open it up to stereo, where it is, and then you can go wide, and it goes really wide. So it's one of those things that has really been proved to be very interesting, and I've used the same circuit on the Genesis console as well, on the reverb returns.
Okay. Like the old school reverb width, is it the same principle?
Same principle. Also, it has some very good metering. I mean, it has pseudo PPM metering on it, which is very, very important in this modern day when we're not really using tape machines anymore, and we're using DAW. It's vitally important that the meters are PPM meters, really.
Why?
Well, because you need to know the level pretty precisely, what the peak level is, so that when you're getting close to overloading your converters, you need to know that you're near
accurate.
There. And a VU meter will not do that for you. A VU meter, it's giving you the volume of that's what it stands for, volume units. It's giving you the volume. It's not giving you the peak. And it's very, very important. So that the metering on the 8816 is designed specifically so that it will allow you to record to a DAW, and you'll be able to control it better.
Okay.
The other neat thing about the 8816 was that when we did the design, I decided that I wanted old meets new, because that's what I thought. It's really good to have all the modern technology in it. The FPGA to do all the logic, and the input and output amps which come from the our big analog recording consoles as well, so I have very high fidelity. But I wanted a little bit of old in there, so I've used voltage mixing in there, but I've balanced it up using the classic microphone transformer with an amp to recover. So the bus runs at -28, as it does on most of the old
school
old
method.
school method, yeah. And I think that gives it this
That's
wonderful,
part of its classic sound, I
it is.
think.
It gives it this lovely, sublime sound it has.
Right, because many customers, the feedback that comes back is it really, just for having a couple of transformers across there, or just across the mix bus, so to say, it still has a really nice Neve, that little bit of subtle compression and that blend it gives to the overall tracks that people seem to love.
Yeah.
So, it's funny, I was just thinking, I remember this was 7 years ago maybe, my brother and I came and visited you in Neve in Burnley, and we kind of begged Neve to create a summing mixer before summing mixers were summing mixers, and I think we had we were all scratching our heads at the meeting when you were there, and we're just talking about it, but it's come a long way since that conversation, and this has been a really successful product for all of us. It's a great sounding piece.
Thank you.
So Robin, tell us a little more about the optional card, like the 80 card and the fader pack, the 8804 fader pack for the 8816.
Yeah. When we designed the 8816, we always had that in mind that we would do that, and so that came about 6 months after the first release of the 8816. That's you've got your 16 inputs that can come on faders now. And you've got the 2 outputs faders there as well. Also, it's got some lovely subtleties about it in that it's got cut and solo switches across the top of it, which act on the cut and solo switches on there. So if you're actually, really down at hard working and you've got your tracks coming in, you don't want to be down on the actual unit doing the cut and solos. You want them where the faders are, because that's where you want to be with it, really.
Yeah.
The other cool thing that that fader pack has is it has direct outs on it.
Yes.
Which open up a completely new dimension, really, effectively, because it allows you to, bring in your remote mic pre's and then send them up to the fader pack. Either control them from the faders to send to the door, or just pre them the outputs to the direct outputs from the faders, and then just send them out like that. Another cool thing with the fader pack is that it then allows you've got an extra bus which you can use in the 8816 as an all send bus now. So you've got a little bit of control over, say, some reverb or something like that as well.
Excellent. And how about the quality of the A to D converters?
Well, they are the same as the A to D converters that we would use in our digital consoles, and so we use the highest quality.
So you're getting a lot of bang for the buck in that price range.
Yeah. You are, and also you're getting the control as well. You're getting, AES. You're getting the professional interface.
Yeah.
With it as well. Not
AES out.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
Does it have a clock in?
Yeah, and you've got the basic. You can select the basic clocking from at the front, and there's an immense range that you can choose from as well.
Great.